Hello, Journalism 150 people, and welcome to my tutorial on how to create an online newspaper using the Wix Web Builder platform for the Be the Editor assignment. Please pay careful attention to the part in this tutorial where I show you how to actually publish the site so that it goes live online, and how to generate a link for your site so that you can submit it for this assignment on Lalima and share your site with your fellow students and the world. First, though, I'm going to walk you through how to create a news site on Wix and how to populate it with stories. The whole point is for you to be the editor here. So the stories that you choose to feature on your site are your choice. I'm going to show you one template, but you can use whatever template you want on Wix. You can also use a different web building platform if you prefer, like Weebly, WordPress, Squarespace, etc. Just make sure that it'll work well as a news website that can feature a bunch of different articles on your homepage. Also, you're encouraged to create your own kind of news website, whether that's one that features local news or a local cultural news site or a surfing news site or an indigenous culture news site, Native Hawaiian news site, whatever you want. The more creative you are with this assignment, the better you'll do. Just make sure that your site demonstrates your news judgment and that you create the accompanying documents that explains your choices. Remember that you're going to have to explain how your stories incorporate the news drivers that you learned for this assignment. Those 6 news drivers are listed on the beginning of week 5, and they are timeliness, proximity, unusualness, impact, conflict, and prominence. Timeliness is the one factor that's constant in news, and it's crucial. And remember, the more news drivers that a story has, the bigger the story tends to be. Once you've had a chance to try to put together your site, we'll do a troubleshooting session together in class. And when we reach the deadline for the assignment, we'll top this off with a competition. Everyone will share their sites with the rest of the class, and we'll vote on who created the best one. Okay, so now that you know what this whole thing is about, we're going to get started by creating an account and then starting to build a Wix site. So go to wix.com to create your account and hit get started. And for me, I'm going to use an alternative hawaii.edu email address because I already have one with my normal Gorbak at hawaii.edu account. So here I'm creating a password, try and make this quick, and I'm ready to sign up. Okay, and let's say we're creating a website for ourselves. Now, we're into the world of AI, so it's giving us the option of using artificial intelligence to set up the site. You're welcome to play with this. I didn't have much luck with it. It didn't do much for me, and I spent a fair amount of time with it and without much payoff. So I'm going to do setup without AI, and I recommend you all do the same. And then what we want to say for the type of site that we want to create, let's say a news blog. And I say news blog because we're actually going to want to feature a lot of stories on it. And so if we tell it blog, it's going to allow us to create more stories. So these are the templates that it's going to offer you. I think if you tell it, I'm going to call mine, I'm going to create a site that's all about disinformation, news literacy, that kind of thing. And I'm going to call it the Daily Debunker. I'm going to skip this part. Well, maybe I'll say, no, I'm just going to skip this part. All I want really is the blog. I'm going to keep it simple. I don't need online stores, bookings, events, any of this kind of thing. And now I'm ready to continue to my dashboard, and it's going to give me some templates in a minute. So let's start by, I'm going to give it the Daily Debunker.com and hope that's not already a website, although I did create one rather similar to that. Okay. I'm going to go to design the site first because I'm going to show you all how to create a blog post after we've chosen a template. So I go to pick a template, and I'm going to recommend this one. Now I used to use this one over here, but I feel like this one gives you, as you can see, a better play of stories. So if you look, Wix is not really designed for like a newspaper website. I mean, we can look at some of these other ones, but what I'm seeing as kind of a pattern here with you know, maybe a few sort of minor exceptions is that they're not giving you a lot of play with stories. The one that seems best in terms of, you know, featuring a main story and then giving, you know, letting the audience see a bunch of alternatives is this one that's just labeled news blog, global warming, the global morning, climate news. But we can change the images, the design of it. It's just giving us a basic layout. And I'm going to pause it while it's building the site. Okay, so it's built the site, and now I'm ready to start editing the blog. Okay, so I'm in edit mode here. Now when I'm ready to publish, I'm going to hit publish. But until then, what I'm looking at is basically just an editing browser. And so if you notice, this web address is not the web address for your website. In order for you to generate the web address for your website, which you're going to share with the world, including me when you submit your assignment, you're eventually going to hit publish. Now, if you're not ready to publish and go live with your site yet, you can hit preview. But once you're done editing the site, you're going to end up hitting publish. So remember, this is not the address for your website. This is just a location on the internet where you are editing your site. So you can't share this. If you try to share this this long line of code and say, oh, this is the address for my website, what people are going to get is a login page to Wix, which is, you know, obviously not going to work for you. So, okay, having spelled that out now, what we basically need to do is make this our own. So I'm going to start by giving it the name that I want for my news site. So instead of the Global Morning, I'm going to go to double click on this, and that highlights this box, and I'm going to edit the text, and I'm going to call this the Daily Debunker. Now, before I get any farther, obviously I can, you know, change the heading style here, and I can change the font and all this. I can change the color of this strip, but I'm not going to get into design right now, or really in this video. I'll let you guys play with that. What I'm going to show you guys is how to kind of just put the basics of the site together. So the first thing I need to explain about it is that there's actually two menu systems in Wix. Okay, in other words, there's two ways to set up menus that that people can use for creating the site. So let me go ahead and edit this first, and I'll call it disinformation. Why don't we say dismantling the latest disinformation, fake news, and conspiracy theories. Okay, and I'm going to bring that out like that. At least we have that much done. So what I was saying is that there are two different menu systems that enable you to navigate in Wix. One of them is these menus that you see up here. Okay, now these menus correspond when you navigate the site to this pull-down menu. So if you want to go to the climate change page, okay, this is what we're going to call the pages menu. Okay, in order to navigate to that, you would go to climate change, and now we're on, I think we're already on the climate change page. Oh no, there it is. So now we're on the climate change page. If we want to go to the opinion page, we go there, and now we're on the opinion page. Okay, so that's one way to create navigation for the site. The issue with that is, and you can kind of see that with like say the Our Vision page, is that this is not showing you many different stories. It's a big, the pages menu gives you a big piece of real estate, but it doesn't give you lots of little stories. In order to create lots of stories that show up small on the website, you need to use the blog app, or the blog widget, if you will, for the site. And that's going to create stories that are like this size for your site. Now the blog widget has its own menu system, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create little stories to put on your site. You know, they're going to appear small like these little things on your site, and how to create the menu for a blog, and then how to match that with this pages menu. Okay, so I think it'll be clear as I walk you step by step through this. But the first thing I want to do is show you how to just introduce the blog widget onto your site, in case you decide to use a different template, or in case you just need to make changes to this template. So this is actually the site that I started to set up with you all. This here is a different website that I've created with my same Wix account. So once you've created a Wix account for free, you can create multiple Wix sites using your same account. So I just created this different one so I could show you how, if we get rid of the blog, you could introduce a blog to a blank template. So let's just say we get rid of this blog. Okay, so I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go delete app. So it's calling the blog an app, and I'm going to delete it. And now notice it's gone, right? So if you have a template where you want to introduce the blog widget or the blog app, what you would do is you would come over to here to this thing which has kind of a gearbox on it. You go to here. That's really quite simple. What you do is you go to find apps, and one of these is the blog, and I just hit plus, and now it's adding the Wix blog. And here's the blog that it created for that website. So that's how you introduce a blog from scratch to a Wix site.